Alright, welcome to HEB, or more correctly HEB Car Wash, which happens to be where the new supercharger is going to be. No, they don't have a box yet. Remember, they got half a year to actually put it in. So they got time. Alright, 21 miles, 37 minutes, 288 watt hours per mile, although the air conditioning's been running. And it is 98 degrees outside. So there you go. What do you say? There was a Sprinter van, and before we go into the construction zone, FSD's falling for a while, and then when we get up close to the 45 mile per hour speed zone sign, that's when FSD says, "Oh, I'm going to pass him," and then he looks up and sees the 45 zone, and he slows down. So he's in the inside lane, the Sprinter van's in the outside lane, and the Sprinter van's going away from him. Come on. On the other side of Cedar Park, Mr. Sprinter van decided to pay us back. He's going extra slow. 35 miles an hour in the 45. You gotta be kidding me. But FST's going, "Oh, I love following Sprinter van." No. Brake on FST off. Move the car over. No, to be fair, I tried left turn signal first, but FSD just goes like, "I want to follow the van. Yeah, I want to follow that van." Why? Of course, I'm assigning a human value to him, but if you can find a different reason why he's following a van that's 10 miles under the speed limit, I'm willing to listen. On the other hand, further on down, he's doing 50 in a 55 zone. So the slowness, today is a slowness day. You know, dude, you're what? Came out in 2016? So you're 8 years old. Which I guess actually you could say, well, that's really old, sophomore years. Yeah, we need to replace FSD. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Go tell Elon. This is getting out of control. But it's not just FSD today. It's other people are also going like, what? Like going up a hill, there's a dump truck who for some reason is going up in the inside lane, which is not the appropriate place for that kind of commercial vehicle when you're going 45 miles an hour up a hill. On the other hand, there's a Ford Escape on the outside lane who's going like, "Well, look, I'm equal to a dump truck. Oh, I'm so strong." Okay. Let's see what happens when they dump the full load on you. Oh, oops. Yeah, you're not a dump truck. Don't drive like a dump truck. But why? What? Because he wants to be in the ice comparison notes. This car must really be awful that it can only go 45 miles an hour up a hill. To be fair to him, at least he's in the outside lane. To be unfair to him, you're matching with a dump truck, so you're blocking the road. It takes a mile to find just enough space to move over and move by. Yeah, brake on FSD off. That's okay. I'll handle myself, Elon. I get it. You have more important things to do. Come on. Anyway, peace and army. Onward, upward. It's one of those days where over half the time FSD's just off. Because FSD can't handle it. Sorry. It's that bad. Okay, whatever, peace and army. Let's get on to 24 hours, shall we? Alright, welcome to 24 hour. Actually, the current drive is the whole drive, right? So 33 miles, 1 hour and 6 minutes, 292 watt hours per mile. And yeah, the air conditioner is still going, wah. So, although, what? No, that's time. The outside temperature by Tesla standards is 99 degrees. The second half was still like I don't want to have FSD on. It's so slow. And then when I'm behind really slow cars, I put FSD on. Right? See if you nail that. And even then, he's going like, oh, you know what? I want to admire that Toyota Taco from a distance. Really? So anyway, whatever. I may end up driving on my trip as opposed to using FSD. And that sounds terribly depressing to me. I mean, what's the point of having FSD if you can't use it? But in theory, they have a new version. They are currently dropping to their advanced beta testers. They dropped it yesterday, actually. So with any luck, maybe by tomorrow? I don't know. There's probably going to be some other excuse why they can't do it. I have no doubt. But I mean, what would the grade be for today? A C minus. And we're only halfway through. I mean, he has done better on the same version of software. I don't know, whatever. Peace and Army. Let's get going. Alright, welcome home. 29 miles, 48 minutes, 284 watt hours per mile. But then again, it says 101 on the temperature gauge. Total trip was 62 miles, used 18 kilowatt hours, and averaged 288 watt hours per mile. Yeah, how interesting. Maybe Model Y is just not as efficient as a Model 3? I know it comes and goes, right? It varies. Sometimes the Model Y makes the Model Y makes the Model 3 look like it's a pig, and sometimes it's the other way around. Whatever. I mean, they're both either close to or not far off of the 4 mile per kilowatt hour mark. Alright, so most of the time it's pretty good, actually. Then again, there are a few times like, I'm tired of this, FSD off. So it comes and goes. And yes, the main reason why I'm tired of this is we're in a 55 zone. Why are we going 40, 45, 48? I mean, sometimes, yes, there's a car in front of us going slow, yes, and, you know, the lane's open next to us, and FSD going, but I like following the slow car. What? Why? Yes. And sometimes, when I press the accelerator, it actually comes up to speed and holds it. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it's hard to say how excited I was when, was it 11.3.6? I think it was 11.3.6 finally became available for my car. Like, oh, we're finally moving up. Is that what it was? I was in Florida at the time. Yes. I turned on the hotspot on my phone and downloaded that puppy. And while it was interesting, it was nowhere near where it needed to be. And that's what this feels like. It's interesting, but it's nowhere near what it needs to be. And let's see, we've been promised that maybe we might get an update. So my software is up to date as of this morning. So we're not going to download anything today, I guess. That's too bad. Okay. First, just before the exit to go out onto Anderson Mill from US 183, FSD turns on his left turn signal. He's going to move into the middle lane. Now, maybe there was somebody behind me who was wanting to get to Anderson Mill quickly, and we're blocking them. Then again, we're following a line of cars, so it's not like as if we're blocking them. There's no place to go, right? Anyway, FSC at first does that, and then comes back and does a right signal. Is that what he did? Actually, I think what it was is, as soon as he turned a left turn signal, brake on FSD off. No, we're not going there. I'm not going to play this game with you. We're already past the dashed lines. We should be getting over. And you're going to go left. Why? Either we were already past, or we were about to cut, or we already have them open, or we're about to have them open. It's stupid, right? And when I turned on FC again, he said, "Oh, that's right, I'm supposed to go into the right." Yes. Navigation says I'm going down Anderson Mill. Try that for a change. And a couple of times along Anderson Mill, I guess got so frustrated with how slow it was going, brake on SD off, just drive myself. You know, yeah, I get it. They're trying to set up FSD so it controls the speed. But, you know, when you can't read the speed limit signs, you don't know what speed limit really is. Okay, whatever. I mean, it's not that he can't do it all the time, or it's not like that he can never do it, but there are times when he just goes like, what happened? I didn't see anything. Yeah, like in Lago Vista, we're coming from 35 and we're supposed to go to 40 at Phoenix Auto. There's a sign right there. It says 40 on it. FSC, when he's on the inside lane, goes, well, I didn't see nothing. Yeah. That's a throwback to 11 series days. This is supposed to be 12. It's supposed to show he can't handle it. And you know what's scary is I saw somebody was doing a video about some stuff they found on X, and one of the things they said was, well, maybe hardware 3 is not good enough to run FSD. Or actually they said robotaxi. Right? Robotaxi implies a higher level of ability, whereas FSD doesn't necessarily require that because there's a human driver involved. But that means I can't just set it and let the car drive me across the United States of America. Okay, whatever. I mean, we'll see what happens as time moves on. It's just sometimes it's not as good as you want it to be. All right, so I'm tempted to give him some kind of D today, but you know, so much of it is pretty good, or actually very good. So why don't we go to the C-? I just don't want to put a D on him today. It's funny how sometimes he shows behaviors people who are in new versions talk about, like as if I'm running in shadow mode. I don't remember seeing that before, but I don't know. I don't know how you would know if you were in shadow mode or not. But whatever. It is so often, or there are times when it's just so frustrating. All right, so going back, what are we going to compare it to this Ford Focus? So Ford Focus, no, wait, what? You really want to do that? All right, so there was an Acura. Oh, no, Acura is a Honda, right? Anyway, we're coming up. We're about to go up the hill, and I'm talking to FSD. Not that FSD cares, but I do talk to myself. I'm saying this is not the place we need to be, and it's FSD who chose to go into the right lane, right? Oh, I'm going to go around all those people. No, you're not going to be able to. FSD doesn't understand that there's a line of cars, and you're not going to be able to get over. Anyway, so there's an Acura MDX, whatever it is, behind me. There's an open spot as people are moving by. Mr. Acura moves right into it and makes sure that I can't get in. So right behind Mr. Acura there was a Toyota Taco. Somebody better check, because he's not a card-carrying Toyota person. But thank you. That was very decent of you. Gave me the space. And interestingly enough, little Miss Acura, although I'm pretty sure it's a guy driving, right? Acura is slowing down like as if they're actually trying to block me from getting in. What? And it turns out they're going slow the whole way. Now, it's not necessarily their fault. We're following a line of 6 cars, 7 cars, something like that. Whoever's in front of the line is like, whoa, I've never seen construction before. Oh, come on. Whatever, peace and harmony. It is what it is. So, I'm going to have to go figure out what it's like an MDX, but it didn't look like it said MDX on the back. Not they ever got that close. But they're going to be called out today, and let's see how far they can go with 62 miles. Or actually, I shouldn't say it that way, right? What is it? $1.98. So we could be generous and just say, hey, it's 2/3 of a gallon, or 6/10. Okay, there you go. You get 2/3 of a gallon. How far do you think you can go? I guarantee you he's not going to make anything like 62 miles. But that's part of what I'm doing here is I'm calling out cars and saying, your car's not good. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. Let's go get it done. So the pull into the driveway was kind of interesting. I'm used to it coming in on the south side of the driveway, but this time it was kind of curling more towards the center and came closer to the garage door. Just curious. But hey, at least it's still doing that part. All right, so for this trip, it's the Acura MDX. It's the ICE comparison vehicle. Now, I'll tell you, I was surprised to find that the Acura, the MDX, is actually a 7-seat car or SUV. Actually, it looks pretty nice on the inside. Wow, I was surprised. I'm not terribly surprised that it looks so good, but I just didn't really think about it, I guess. All right, so 19 miles per gallon. Yes, sirree, Bob. You know what that means? Yep. 12.5 miles range based upon the energy cost for the Tesla. 12.5 miles. Okay. It has a 18.5 gallon tank. So that was a surprise, which means it has a range of about 351 miles, 100 to 0. Okay. The base level, I guess, is $51,000. Compared that to a Model Y that you could pick up for $48,000. And then if you qualify, you can get the $7,500 tax credit. Okay. The other part obviously is the 7 row. So adding the third row, or the 7 seats, adding the third row into the Tesla cost you $2,000. Okay, so there it is. So actually, if you take and this is dual motor, if you take the dual motor Model Y, add the third row, it's still $1,000 cheaper before tax credits. But anyway, if you really, really have to have an Acura, you want to have an Acura. The good news is they have the ZDX, I think it is. So you could potentially get an electric version, electric Acura SUV, which I think is really based upon the Chevy Blazer. Yes, Chevy Blazer is an EV now. Okay, there you go.